All right, guys. You already know what the deal is. Mr. Worldwide, your future High Flyer Radio World Champion. Raul, I'm coming for your ass. Not literally, but I'm here in San Antonio on some special business, some HFR business, some revolutionary business.
Me, my boy Alex. Revolution. Be there. We are taking it.
That's it, baby. Keon, KJ, they're coming for y'all. High Flyer Radio World Tag Team Championship Tournament, baby.
Welcome back, everybody, to High Flyer Radio. And yes, sir, if you're seeing on YouTube, you see that Ayden is rocking the High Flyer Radio hoodie available on our spring store. Of course, look at that, baby.
Nah, brother, this is a one of a kind right here, baby. But if you want that other shit, bro, go to that spring store, man. Yeah. Oh my god, bro, we're here, man. We haven't been on a show together in like 3 weeks now, man. It's a brand new year, 2023, brand new time slot, brand new merch, brand new tournament, bro. Everything is taken up to a whole new level this year, man. It's gonna be incredible.
Yes, sir. It is the best wrestling podcast on the planet, coming to you live and indirect into your face and your ears. Of course, brought to you on twitch.tv/nerdcore, on youtube.com/thenerdcore. Also in your ear holes on a replay on all podcast platforms that you are listening to us on. Of course, we are also brought to you by our wonderful sponsors here at SeatGeek.
Yep.
Don't forget, you want to watch wrestling live? You want to be able to go to a concert? Use the code TheNerdCore, TheNerdCorps, for your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. That is TheNerdCorps for your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. Tell them the nerd sent you and that you want that beautiful seat. $20 off.
Absolutely.
Of course, what's it called? Yeah, Ayden, how are you, man? How's it going?
Man, I'm fantastic, bro. We are 8 days into the new year, and it feels like we are in for a ride, bro, with the world of professional wrestling this year, man. So I'm ready to get into it. We've been gone for a while, so thank you guys, everyone who was still supporting the pre-recorded solo content, still supported that best of video that we threw together. That was a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much. Y'all are the best. Leave a like. Let's get into it, man. We're ready. Let's start off with some let's start off let's get the bad out of the way first, because I'm not trying to be sulking on this all day, man. I'm gonna go ahead and read it, man. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what the deal is, man. Oh, where's the picture? Oh, I guess I didn't get the picture for it. He doesn't deserve a picture anyways. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, folks, is back. This is per Fightful. Vince McMahon elected himself and former co-presidents and directors Michelle Wilson and George Barrios, to the board, which will require 3 current directors to vacate their positions. McMahon has majority voting power, and the Wall Street Journal reported he's forcing his way back into the company to oversee a media rights deal and or force a sale. He said that he would block any attempts at either without him. He sent a press release stating that he would collaborate with the current management team, but did not directly address a potential return to creative. Fightful reached out to WWE in an official capacity, as well as the author of Wall Street Journal, to gain more info, but haven't heard back. Fightful already heard from dozens within WWE who were all floored by the announcement. Nobody in any department, talent, production, creative, or general staff that we heard back from was briefed, tipped off, or given any information before or immediately after the news broke. So, bro, oh man, we feared it would happen, man. I mean, good things never last, it seems. Vince McMahon is back in WWE in a top position. Raul, what do you make of it?
I think that can tell the fact that I'm struggling over here to clear my throat, and I just feel like I've got a nasty little thing inside my throat right there. This is terrible. This is just Is it so hard to have nice things, man? Is it so hard has it not been hard to have a life in these past couple of years already? That it's like, hey, we're gonna make being a professional wrestling fan even worse. Going into 8 days into the fucking new year. God damn it, bro. We can't have anything nice. This man, this man, bro.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up my thoughts exactly. But this is what I'm gonna say about this. Do I think that using your position as the majority shareholder to like pretty much like fucking like the raid overtake the building that is WWE headquarters and come in and just force yourself into a position there? Do I think that that's a little shady? Of course I do. Do I think that as someone who is the majority shareholder though that it is a good business decision for yourself to want to be the one who's overseeing that deal and making sure that you're the one who's going to make the most money off of it? Because as majority shareholders, Vince McMahon stands to make a lot of money on this deal. So I understand it from that perspective. My one thing that I have to say about this man, I just really hope that he doesn't touch the creative in WWE. You can think whatever you want about the business side of things, him firing already the people or forcing the people to vacate their positions who started the investigation. Listen, man, we all know that this is all shady shit. It's Vince McMahon. There's nothing new here. But I just hope that Triple H can keep going on with what he's got going on creative. Is it the best creative in the world right now? No. But it has the past 9 months of WWE been some of the best content that we've gotten from WWE in years? Absolutely, man. So I just hope that we can kind of keep rolling. I mean, bro, we were just getting ready for Mania season, dude. So It's like, man, I was really excited to see what is a WrestleMania season going to look like without Vince McMahon. And it looks like we might have to wait just a little bit longer for that to actually happen.
Sadly, yeah.
Another question, though, who do you think, so that given the fact that it does look like we've been speculating on this for a long time now that WWE is getting ready for a massive sale, it looks like, this seemingly confirms those assumptions that we might have had. Who do you think is ultimately going to be the ones who do purchase WWE?
NBC Universal. It's going to be NBC Universal more than likely. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Peacock's, what's it called? The way that it has the WWE stuff. I very much prefer the WWE network. I think that it worked better, but I have a feeling it's going to be NBC Universal. And if it's not them, it's going to be probably like Paramount Plus or some Paramount or
See, I was talking last night, I was saying, and I really don't think that this is going to happen, but imagine if we did live in a world where Warner Brothers Discovery, I mean, they're not at all in the position to be able to make a deal like that.
no.
If Warner, they don't have the assets for that, man. But if Warner Brothers Discovery were in a position to be able to acquire WWE, I mean, how crazy would that be? We could really seriously be sitting here talking about a Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns match. I mean, that would be absolutely wild, dude.
That opens the fucking forbidden door right there.
Oh yeah, that blows it wide open, man. Now it's just now it's one of those barn doors. You just gotta slide it open, and it's like, all right, everybody, let's go.
Come on in.
Let's go. Come on through. Will Ospreay versus Seth Rollins. Let's get it going.
Yep. Man, I see NBC Universal being a viable buyer. I know our friend Andrew from Reach for the Ropes was talking about it being pretty cool if Netflix picked them up. But
yeah, it'd be pretty interesting.
Be interesting. I don't know if Netflix will be around in a couple of years to keep the WWE, but I don't know. I think it'd be cool. Back in the day, they used to have a bunch of Netflix. They used to have a bunch of WWE stuff on Netflix before the network came out. But yeah,
I don't know, man. I think that'd be interesting. Like maybe we might see WWE get to the position where like they start sending off pay-per-views. Like maybe it's like, all right, if you want to watch the entire Armageddon series, you got to go to Netflix. But it's like we got all the live stuff over here on Peacock. Like as a consumer, I would hate that. But from a business perspective, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for WWE wanting to put their stuff out there like that. So
yeah,
very interesting. But
holy
keeping in that
consumer though, oh my god.
Yeah, but keeping in that same world of WWE, since we didn't get to have an episode for the past 2 weeks, a live one, I want to kind of recap a little bit on some of the things that we missed from last year. So last year we saw on the very last SmackDown, I can see your face already. Charlotte Flair, woo, is now a 14-time Women's World Champion. Charlotte Flair returned the December 30th episode of SmackDown to win the SmackDown Women's World Title from Ronda Rousey in their 4th singles match. So, Raul. Okay, so what do you think about Charlotte Flair coming back to win the SmackDown Women's Title yet again from Ronda Rousey?
I like the new look. I like the new ring gear look. I like the new song. It sounds better than whatever the fuck she had before. I laugh because it's like, wow, like Ronda, just like the minute that Triple H heard that Charlotte was available to come back, he's like, all right, Ronda, this little experiment, it's over now. Like, we're done. Wrap it up.
Yeah. See, and dude, I genuinely thought, I was like, man, are we really going to have to suffer through this Ronda Rousey run all the way till WrestleMania? To be honest with you, man, this is the best position that they could have ever put Charlotte Flair in, because a lot of people were like, oh man, what are they going to do? Charlotte Flair's going to come back and win the title again. I mean, yeah, that's what they ended up doing. But, you know, given the fact that Ronda Rousey's run has been so lackluster, it was like the fans were just eager to see anybody else but Ronda have that title. And to be honest, dude, it came after a pretty good match. Like, it was a Ronda Rousey versus Raquel Rodriguez. And genuinely, that was the best Ronda Rousey match that I've probably ever seen. And it was a really good Raquel Rodriguez match. So, I mean, you know, it didn't blow my world away or anything, but that's kind of saying something whenever it's like, that's the caliber that we're getting. That's the caliber of matches and that we're getting out of this run with Ronda Rousey. So, listen, dude, Charlotte Flair's back. Sounds good. The one thing that just doesn't make sense to me, though, is like Meltzer reported that WWE is like wanting to push Ronda versus Rhea at WrestleMania, man. And that just doesn't make any sense to me. And this is where I was saying in the Discord, I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow, because, you know, we've been seeing a lot more like these intergender matches showing up on WWE. Yeah. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if the match ends up being Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio versus Ronda Rousey and Rey Mysterio. Because it feels like we're getting towards something like that at Mania. So hearing that Meltzer's like, oh, well, the plan is Ronda and Ripley, that doesn't make sense. But if you're just like, well, let's put Ronda with someone else who's over to try to get Ronda back over, I can see it from that perspective.
It also makes sense because I was reading up, and it says that like Rey isn't quite ready to retire, and if he's gonna face his son, he wants that to be his retirement match. So it seems that like what we thought was gonna end up being Rey versus Dom, it looks like that's not gonna be the case this year. So I thought that what's it called? They were kind of shaping up for Rhea to win the Rumble.
That's what I was counting on. I was like, all right, awesome. We'll see Rhea win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Give us that full circle moment that we had with, I mean, you remember we did the Royal Rumble watch along 4 years ago, where Bianca won and her and Ripley had the stare down when they were the final two. I mean, we've been waiting on that match for years.
Yeah, it's time to run that one, bro. Run that one. I want to see that. But at least this Ayden rules out that Charlotte isn't winning the Rumble.
Yeah,
because she already has a freaking title. Like, that's what I was thinking, is that they're gonna have Charlotte come back at the Rumble. Charlotte's gonna win the Rumble. Charlotte's gonna challenge Ronda. She's gonna beat her at WrestleMania. And I'm like, I don't know how much more I can take of that.
Yeah, you know what? Because to me, I think you need to keep the title on Charlotte till Mania. Because this is what Charlotte excels in, is being able to get people over. Because Charlotte's the perfect type of champion that you build up as someone to be to overcome. So I think if you want to try and heat Liv Morgan back up to that level where she was at right before Money in the Bank, when fans were really ready for it, and then they kind of blew the run. If you want to heat someone up again, I think Liv Morgan would be the perfect opponent for Charlotte at Mania. Or, you know, we've been seeing all the rumblings about the Kana character coming back with Asuka. I think run another Charlotte and Asuka match and put Asuka over as Kana at WrestleMania. I think that'd be awesome.
I was rewatching clips from the Liv and Becky match, bro. Like day one, it's like, God, man, that crowd wanted Liv badly to win that match, bro. Like, that crowd was completely on her side. And it was a damn good match. Damn good match.
Yeah, but they had those plans for Becky and Bianca at Mania.
Yeah.
But to me, I still think that they totally should have pulled the trigger and just put the title on Liv, at least till Elimination Chamber. But that's that's just me, man. But we can't live in that world of retroactive booking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think our next topic is speaking on NJPW, right? And
Oh
Kylie
yeah,
has something to say here.
the
Kylie
world of
says,
Wrestle Kingdom.
AEW, please take notes from NJPW how to structure a pay-per-view that's long, but is well structured and engaging and entertaining. Ooh, hot take from Kylie there. Well, not really a hot take, man. But I think we all universally know that sometimes those AEW pay-per-views are not structured well to
Yeah, not they're not the best, man. Those bright lights hit. And speaking of bright lights, we had bright lights. Carl Anderson versus Tama Tonga at WrestleKingdom 17, the tribute to Inoki. Tama Tonga defeated Carl Anderson to become the new never openweight champion. It was a decent match. We're just reporting on the title changes here. It was nothing really crazy to write home about. The thing that's really interesting here is that it seems as though WWE though really want Tama Tonga to be over. I think he would be a perfect WWE guy, to be honest.
Bro, I would like to see that. Also, AJ was not able to appear there because
he broke his ankle.
Broke his ankle, man. He's gonna miss Mania.
Bro, that's such a bummer, dude.
Seth also got injured too, right? It looks like he might be missing Mania too, but
I don't think so because
man.
they put out that new Royal Rumble poster after well I guess we'll just show that off right now, but he's up there in the top corner. Oh, hang on, there we go. Rollins is up there in the top corner, and they put this out after that. So honestly, I think that one's just a bit of a work, to be honest. So
I hope it's a work, but
too crazy to write home about that.
Yeah, the AJ. I was hoping to see if he would come out, right? And of course, nobody else came out with Carl Anderson. It was just Carl Anderson, and yeah, it sucks. We here at High Fly Radio hope that you are having a speedy recovery, AJ, and that everything's okay. I like to say like if you're actually listening to this show, right? But but we hope that
maybe he is.
Maybe he
the
is.
guy
Yeah,
community.
The guy community. But yeah, man.
Speaking of well wishes too, this just popped onto my mind since we haven't been able to say it as well. But bro, rest in peace to Don West, man. I mean, that's such a bummer, man. You want to talk about one of the coolest, one of the best guy, bro, the voice of TNA, man. If there is anything that was a bright spot about TNA, it was Don West's commentary. So
yeah,
us over at High Fly Radio, rest in peace, Don West.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Don West. That turn on what's his name? Oh man. On why do I want to say
don't quiz me on TNA, brother.
I know I'm not gonna quiz you. But that heel turn he did on his commentary partner, I can't remember his name. Kylie, you remember, right?
Tenay?
Tenay, yeah, Mike Tenay.
Mike Tenay?
Yeah. That freaking heel turn is crazy, bro. Like, oh, he's so good. He was a great what's it called voice, and just rest in peace to the voice of TNA, the greatest commentator to ever grace that company. We clown on that company a lot, but that man was damn good at what he did.
Yeah, he was holding it down, and another rest in peace, Antonio Inoki, which was the whole tribute of this match between Jay Switchblade, White, and Kazuchika the Rainmaker Okada. Man, what an absolutely incredible match. Okada is now a 6-time IWGP World Heavyweight Champion after defeating Jay White. Raul, man, what did you think about? Yeah, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. What did you think about this match between Jay White and Kazuchika Okada, man?
Woo! What a killer match, bro! Oh my! When what's it called? When Jay hits that first Rainmaker on him, bro. Oh man, that shit hurt, man. It sounded like it hurt, but also just love how it's like he's twisting and turning right because he's like putting him in the Blade Runner. No, it gets reversed, and he's like, "Fuck, what's it called? How am I gonna do it?" No, boom. I was like, it was great, bro. I loved that match. Damn good match.
The storytelling in this match was just absolutely incredible. I mean, you want to talk about two of the best to ever do it, Jay White and Kazuchika Okada. I mean, Jay White's growth over the past 3-4 years has just been astounding. I think that this guy, this guy is a name that's going to be around in the business for a long time. Whenever he does eventually move on from New Japan, I'm really excited to see and follow and to see what he's going to do with his career. I think the storytelling at the end of the match of Jay literally using Okada to pull himself back up and to feel like he was back on his level again, like was such good storytelling from how they started things and how Okada's kind of been looming over Jay White's entire career. I think the next time that these two come against each other, I hopefully it's a while before the next time that these two meet, but I think the next time these two meet, Jay will get that win back.
I hope so, because I mean, hey man, you got me my Jay shirt. I still wear my Jay White shirt every week. I love that shirt, man. I love Jay White. Switchblade is great. He's been amazing in NJPW ever since he became the leader of Bullet Club. He's been on this run where he's been showing why he's probably one of the top 5 wrestlers right now, man, and why he deserves to be in those conversations. And when he moves on from Japan to, let's say, a WWE, that crowd is going to be freaking, what's it called? They're going to know who Jay White is, 100%. And
oh yeah, we were talking a little bit in the Discord. We were saying like, Jay White versus Rollins. You said Jay White versus Kevin Owens. Like, the list goes on and on and on about like the potential matches that are out there, man.
Yeah,
like, it's such a good time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, man.
You want to talk about the peak of being a wrestling fan, brother? This Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay match was one for the fucking ages, bro. I'm gonna, because I haven't heard your thoughts on it yet, but a lot of people have heard my thoughts. I'm gonna go ahead and cut in. I'm gonna just drop it first because I want to hear what you have to say after this.
I think before we have to talk about the build up to this, because like,
oh yeah,
the promo at the press conference, what's it called? Will telling them how, like, he's had to do more than Kenny. He's had to sacrifice, like, wrestling in front of no crowds, wrestling in front of silent crowds, crowds that can't clap, like, his friend dying and all these things. And it's like the feeling to get to this match was there. Like, I was amazed as to what the buildup was, and I want to say that the match delivered and more. I want to say, I'm not going to go there and say that this is my favorite wrestling match of all time, but it is a top 5 for me. It is 100% one of my favorite wrestling matches of all time. Story, psychology, athleticism. I mean, when freaking Will gets busted open and he picks himself back up, and you kind of see him like struggling, like ref is at the 10 count and he's already still outside. Also reminded me that NJPW abides by the 20 count, not the 10. So I was like,
I like the 20 count. I like the
20 count
is way more realistic than the 1, 2. Like, it's like, come on, man, just 1, 2.
But oh, what a match, bro! Like, physicality, hard-hitting, stiff match. Story-wise, I loved just all those parts where, like towards the end, you hear Will tell him, like, "Is that all you got, you fucking pussy?" And he just fucking hit like another one and another fucking V-trigger, and it's just,
bro,
what a great match, man.
The V-trigger that he hits when Ospreay just laid out and he's got his neck on the rope, and Kenny lines up the fucking V-trigger and shoots his ass out of the ring. The spot whenever he's taking his head and he's beating it on the leftover wood that's on the table, and he's just bashing his skull in. Like, Kenny Omega came in here and literally was just like sharpening his knives because he fucking butchered Ospreay in this match. But it was all, like you said, the psychology of this match. Everything about everything that they did in this match, to me, was flawless. And you said that this is a top 5 match of all time. I wasn't expecting you to come in and say that you thought this was the greatest match of all time. But I've got to be honest, guys. I've seen a lot of wrestling before. The moment I saw this, it was just, the goosebumps were hidden from the moment that the bell rang. The entrances were awesome. Like we said, the psychology in the match was awesome. Everything about this match to me was perfect storytelling. From the press conference before to the conference after, where Ospreay's coming in and he's, like, what's the point? What the fuck what is even the point? And it felt real. everything about this to me just felt real and cinematic. So to me, man, I genuinely think this is the greatest wrestling match I've ever seen. I know that it's we're still a little bit early, but I mean, I've watched it 3 times now, and genuinely, I think just everything about it was just flawless. This is just the peak of pro wrestling right here. Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Go join that Major Wrestling Entertainment Discord, guys. You'll have to drop the link to that in the chat for sure. But go check them out. But yeah, man, this fucking Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay match was just absolutely incredible. I mean, everyone in the IWC is raving about it. There's really nothing else that you can say that hasn't been said already. Everybody's on the same page. I mean, even if you don't like Omega, even if you don't like Ospreay, you can't watch this match and tell me that this is a bad match.
It's up there, man.
Can't.
Yeah. So if anybody who knows me knows that one of my favorite matches, like of course Taker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25 is my favorite match of all time. I believe it's the greatest wrestling match of all time. I have Triple H versus HBK at SummerSlam 2002, the no rules, the unsanctioned. If y'all don't know this one, my favorite Shinsuke Nakamura match, and also one of my favorite matches of all time, is Shinsuke versus Kota Ibushi at WrestleKingdom 9, where fucking Shinsuke came out with, like, looking like a king. And now this match is up there too, man. I love this match. Sure. Also, shout out, what's it called? Because I know it's not in the rundown, but I wanted to at least bring it up and say.
I was going to ask you.
Nakamura versus Muta was great, man. I love that match. And what a beautiful, poetic way to end the match, too. Like, that finish was beautiful.
It was a great finish. Yeah, I was going to ask you what you thought, because I know that you love Shinsuke. So I was going to ask, what do you think about the Muta and Shinsuke match? Yeah, man, I thought it was great.
The entrance, bro.
The violinist that Shinsuke had, I was like, man, Shinsuke coming up in here and showing up Muta on his retirement match, bro. Come on, man.
I love that Stacy in the Discord said, what's it called? I love that Shinsuke has him on retainer.
Oh yeah, he just calls him up. He's like, "Hey yo, I need that violin on standby, brother." Yeah, man. But listen, folks. Talked about Will Ospreay. Talked about Muta. Man, those folks took a beating, guys. Something tells me that they're gonna need to be sure to take that window for the joint and ligament repair. If he wants to stand a chance in the inevitable rematch, he might also need to grab those mental jewels, that cognitive matrix powder, to truly discover his mental potential, available in Cherry Limeade. If you want to be like Will Ospreay, and you want to be like Muta, and you want to make a great comeback, go ahead and grab all your supplementary wants and needs at ambrosiacollective.com, and with 5% off, use code the Nerd Corps. Take 5% off with code the Nerd Corps. THENERDCORPS. So shout out to our sponsors over there at Ambrosia Collective as well. We're trying to make that money, man. And speaking of Mone.
Ah, yes. What a man, the worst kept secret in professional wrestling. I feel like we've been saying that so many times now, bro. Like, it's just so many times, and it's like, CM Punk was the worst kept secret. But also, I thought this debut was great, but I also would like to say that for everybody who was like, oh, Sasha hates WWE now, it's like, she just thanked. She put a bunch of series of tweets on Twitter. She was like, thank you, Vince. Thank you, Triple H. Thank you, WWE. Thank you, WWE Universe. And it's like, yo, I think y'all are making, like, smoke out of where there, you're making fire out of where there's no smoke at all. Like,
yeah. There's no heat there. There's nothing bad there. It was just, she felt as though she had a higher worth than what she was being pushed, and she went with her gut, and she wanted to bet on herself, and she's betting on herself, man. So, at WrestleKingdom 17, keeping in that same world, we saw the debut of Mercedes Moné, and it seems as though she's going to be challenging Kairi Sane for the or Kairi. I don't know. Is she still Kairi Sane, or is she just Kairi?
Just Kairi.
Yeah, just Kairi. She'll be challenging Kairi for the IWGP Women's Championship belt at Battle of the Valley on February 18th, man. So, and from everything that I've seen, man, Sasha has moved those fucking tickets for that show, man. There's slim to nothing left, man. So it seems as though everything kind of paid off. The crowd reception over in Japan was interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy loud or anything, but also it's like considering the culture around women's wrestling in Japan,
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting there to be the massive pop, but we saw
It's a
that the
work in
numbers,
progress. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. But we saw the numbers for New Japan World were up like crazy. They had thousands of people watching live, anticipating this return. I mean, I thought it was awesome. I thought her look. Look at
The
her, man.
hair, bro.
Y'all see the
The
thumbnail?
hair.
Absolutely, man. The hair is so good, bro.
Like, how do you do that? Like, that's just wild to me. Like, the fact that that's even possible is like crazy to me. But the hair, the freaking
The fit.
the fit, the ring gear, but also the entrance gear with her like the crown thing on top was that was so
When
cool.
she was walking out, like, I was like, bro, Sasha is in her element, or Mercedes is in her element right now. She knows that she's the shit, but I can't wait to see. Question though, do you still think? Oh wait, let's see what the comment says.
CM Punk. CM Punk was going to AEW was the worst kept secret. Cody Rhodes going to WWE was the worst kept secret. Mercedes Mone, NJPW debut was the worst kept secret in wrestling. What's next?
Cardona.
Cardona going to WWE.
Bro, please, God, please, Lord, give me my Matt Cardona and my LA Knight tag team run, bro. I just think that those two being being the most just obnoxious heels with each other, man. I mean, they have that NWA connection too. You know what I mean? So they love that old school shit, man, bro. Give me LA Knight and give me Matt Cardona as a tag team, man. I want to see it. But I was gonna ask you. We know that on Dynamite this week, we kind of had a little bit more clarification on what's going on with this big tag match coming up this Wednesday on Dynamite. And now we know that it's going to be Toni Storm, who's the tag partner for Saraya. Do you still think that there's a chance, though, that Mercedes Moné ends up making an appearance in AEW this year, or do you think that that's dead?
I'm no longer saying that something is not possible or impossible. Like, what did I tell you after Cody Rhodes? I was like, everything's possible now. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. But I will say that I was really underwhelmed by Toni Storm being the partner. I was like, but
it seemed like Sheeta was too. What the fuck is it? She said, y'all did not just see the match that I had last week, bro. We were putting on bangers. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Sheeta's reaction made me laugh.
She was literally, and Renee was sitting there like,
everything is possible now. I think we might see Mercedes Moné drop by one day. That day might be near, might be farther, but
you can run a Jade Cargill Mercedes Moné feud without the title on the line. You could just run both of those two against each other. I think that would be a perfect test for Jade too.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I also would just love to see that at Forbidden Door too. I mean,
as the IWGP Women's World Champion, put her against Jamie Hayter. Do title for title, bro. I'm down.
Yeah, winner takes all. Yeah, shit, man. Fucking Jade versus Jamie Hayter versus Sasha versus Mercedes.
Man.
Winner takes all. Fuck, man. There it goes. Yeah. Honestly, I still think it's Mercedes. The only other person it can be if Sheeta has to take Tony out would be AJ Lee, and that would give away the return of a certain somebody. I don't think AJ's coming back to wrestling.
Nah, I don't think so either. But that's not to say if AJ Lee didn't show up, I would go fucking crazy. Like I would, bro. I'd be blowing up your phone. I'd be like, "Yo, AJ's back! AJ's back!"
Yup.
I don't know. I wonder what her name would be. Would it still be AJ Lee?
AJ Mendez, maybe.
AJ Mendez, yeah, true. Can people give AJ Lee her flowers already, please? I think there's a lot of people that do give her flowers. I just think that
the internet loves
so much.
Her.
Yeah, the internet. It's just there's so much. There's so much going on now currently in the world of wrestling that it's really hard sometimes to like take a look back at what was just a couple of years ago. I mean,
I'm not the biggest AJ Lee fan though. I'm gonna be real.
Oh,
honest.
really?
I'm not the biggest AJ Lee fan. I wasn't then, and I wasn't now. But she was very talented. Let's go. Great on the microphone. Just was not the biggest fan of her work.
Yeah. AJ Lee versus Liv Morgan. Hey, you're speaking my language, brother.
Speaking my language.
Speaking my language.
Like Drake said, baby, you speaking my language.
Yo. Baby, you speaking my language. You know who else is speaking? You know who else is speaking my language, man? Or I guess honestly, you know what? I can't even. I was trying to make a segue. That's cap because I'm
Yeah.
feeling a little mixed about this. We got a brand new TNT champion, brother. That man Darby Allin is now officially in the 2-time TNT Championship club. He defeated Samoa Joe in his hometown of Seattle, Washington. Raul.
Um, look,
I-
look, the crowd loved it, man. And I'm really happy that Darby finally got his moment. But the match wasn't all that great. The match
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
all
fine.
that great. It
It
was
was fine.
okay.
Their
I'm
first match
just
was a lot better.
Yeah, I'm just happy that, Darby got his moment, right? And, he was finally able to have that moment with the fans because he never got that, he never got that. And I expect Darby to drop it sometime soon now because, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm really
Hobbs,
down for a
baby.
second run.
Hobbs, baby. You know, bro. High
Hobbs,
Flyer
please.
Radio. We are Powerhouse Hobbs stands. We are members of the Book of Hobbs Club. What's it say?
Yeah. No, it's whenever people talk about the women's revolution, it's always Lita, Trish, Soraya, Mercedes, Bailey, Becky, Charlotte, and even AJ did quite a bit to contribute to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, and Emma too.
That's a fair point.
People love to leave out Emma as well, but to
Yeah.
me, the women's revolution in WWE started when Emma and Paige had that match at at the first NXT Takeover.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
What
at
about
NXT
Stephanie
our
McMahon,
Evolution.
guys?
Oh man, yeah. Man, I hope Jeff Hardy's recovery is going well and he comes back soon. I'd love to see his return to face Darby for the title. Yeah, that
That'd
would
be
be
interesting.
cool.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool,
Especially because you
actually.
could put it like, hey, you're the reason I fell back into this shit. Like, I wasn't the same after that ladder match.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't know if I would I don't know if I'd put the title on Jeff Hardy in that situation. I mean,
No.
maybe you do, but I think that'd be an interesting match. I think a lot of people are waiting for another one of those Darby and Jeff Hardy, singles matches. But man, I'm ready
Hobbs.
for the Book of Hobbs. But
Yeah.
the reason why I'm feeling a little mixed on this Darby thing is because genuinely, I thought the idea of Samoa Joe being the king of television was just the coolest shit in the fucking world. Like Joe coming in with both TV titles on his shoulders, making them feel like they were the world title, man. It just that did something for me, man. But Darby's cool too. I mean, I think it's good that they're really trying to bring Darby back to that level where he was whenever he was the TNT champion. So, giving him a run finally in front of fans, I feel like it's deserved.
Yeah.
At least it's not Sammy Guevara, so I'm happy about that.
I also love that Sting wasn't there until the end.
Sammy catching strays.
Yeah.
Sammy catching strays.
Yeah. But yeah, like that Sting wasn't there on ringside. He comes out at the end to give him that big hug. Like I said, I've been saying it for a while. I think the best thing for Darby is to just stop having Sting around him and just to finally break those two up and let them go their separate ways because it's doing more harm than good at this point.
Yeah. What do you think? Because this is something I've kind of been thinking for a while. How do they retire Sting? Like, is he going to have a one-on-one match with Darby, and is that going to be it?
At one point, before Cody Rhodes went back to WWE, I would have told you Cody Rhodes was gonna retire Sting, but no, I
brother,
don't know.
I'm not here for you right now. I'm here for Darby. Hey, I don't know. Hey, I don't know I don't even know why you're in this segment, my brother.
Yeah, I'm not here for you, Cody.
So I was cool with your dad.
Here for Darby.
I was cool with your dad, bro. We not cool like that, brother.
Yeah,
I felt so bad.
I don't know, man. I really don't know who would retire Sting. In a world where Angle would have still been in that level, and I would have thought, I would love to have seen Kurt Angle retire Sting or something like that. But I don't know who would do it. I think now it's got to be Darby at some point, right? Like Darby's got to be the one to do it. But
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I feel like
don't see Sting retiring.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe Sting just goes on forever like Ric Flair. That's kind of maybe it is Ric Flair. Maybe
he's the one who's doing the face paint.
Maybe he puts the old timer over one last time.
And
it's Ric Flair retire Sting. Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah. In 2023, no more Ric Flair matches, please. Please, no more of that.
Yeah, please no more. But you know what I do want more of, brother? The Bloodline, baby.
What a great
I
segment.
I oh my goodness, guys. This Bloodline story is absolutely incredible. So we start off, of course, a couple weeks ago on that December 30th episode of SmackDown, we had the John Cena and Kevin Owens match against Sami Zayn and Roman. Real quick, did you get the chance to see that match, Raul?
No, I saw clips where I'm used to Cena audibly calling his moves and stuff. But yo, ref, you were calling them louder than Cena.
Yeah. Stay down. Stay down.
Hold on, we got minute left. Go,
Tag.
go. It's like, bro, I'm used to this coming from fucking Cena, but it's like you're saying, no, John, hold on. I can say it louder.
Yeah. And John's over here. Tag. And he's over here trying to call spots with Kevin Owens in the ring, like Kevin Owens doesn't know who the fuck John Cena is. Yeah. Kevin Owens just standing there like, because I love that Kevin Owens' gimmick is essentially that he doesn't doesn't put up with anybody else's shit. Honestly, I was waiting for Kevin Owens to just go full Austin and just drop a stunner on Cena. I thought that would have been awesome, but I guess cool. They want to keep him like pure babyface. But I think people still would have liked it. I think people still would have into it.
I also just like how that came full circle. Kevin Owens debuts on WWE to feud against Cena, and then now full circle we're coming back to them just working together to,
I didn't even think about that. That's a good connection. Yeah. That's a great connection, man.
Still one of the greatest moments, bro. When he fucking holds up the US belt, drops it, and he puts his foot on top of it, and fucking walks over it like, goosebumps, bro. Goosebumps.
Great shit, man. Yeah, but that match was cool. John Cena's bald spot made its debut, which was interesting. And RP, brother.
That's how you know you're getting older. Because it's I was watching when this motherfucker was like, he didn't have any bald spots. Motherfucker was full of hair. And even then when he was bald, he still looked pretty young. And now he's getting older. And that means I'm getting old.
I've been watching John Cena since he was Fred's dad on Nickelodeon. Yeah, but we had that match. But there was the first loss on Roman Reigns' resume in over 3 years, not barring, no disqualifications or anything. But, Roman is kind of going crazy in the ring. He's saying, I'm trying to sit here. I'm trying to fathom. How could I lose? I'm the tribal chief. I don't lose. And then eventually he puts all the heat on Sammy.
Like, he lost. I didn't lose.
Yes. And then I realized Sammy lost, not me. Does that mean that you're trying to be the tribal chief? You want to be the tribal chief? And he's just going in and drilling fucking he's just drilling Sami Zayn about this, man. And then ultimately it gets brought, Kevin Owens comes out. They make the match official for the Royal Rumble. They make the match official. It is going to be Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Man, that's going to be awesome. Then we get a couple of these backstage segments. Sami Zayn walks in on Roman Reigns, and Roman is the one who apologizes to Sami Zayn and says, as the tribal chief, I should have kept a cooler head because it's not on you. It's on me as a tribal chief. I should have been held to a higher standard. But then Paul Heyman comes in, and Heyman says, the tribal chief is going to give you a chance to redeem yourself. Because we all know Roman is not, he doesn't mean it whenever he says that he's sorry. We all know that he is still he's got his glove firmly wrapped around Sami Zayn right now. So he's going to give Sami Zayn the opportunity next week to redeem himself against Kevin Owens in a one-on-one match. And then this story tells itself right here, man. These guys just chilling, sitting here eating popcorn together. It was just, it's so good, man. It's so good.
Yeah. I also, you got to go back and if you look at when Roman starts, drilling Sammy, and you cut to that shot with Heyman in the back, I saw like Heyman's face was really interesting to see in that, kind of like that face of like, not yet, Roman, not yet. Like, we still need this guy. Like, we still need it. Like, chill. And that was God, what a segment. I just love it, man. I just love it. They're like, the first time you cut to them, it's Sammy trying to give Roman some popcorn. And Heyman's like, maybe I'll get some.
I think?
They're all eating popcorn together.
I feel like I just got a vision, brother. I feel like I just saw it. You know how it was oh man, who it was Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, and Jericho was in the shark cage, right?
Yeah.
That was the match, right? It's gonna be Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, and it's gonna be Sami Zayn in a shark cage above the
For the
ring
custody of Sammy.
for the custody of Sami. But whenever
Yeah.
Roman wins, ultimately, that's when they turn on Sami Zayn. And you know what would be really cool? Because the Elimination Chamber's coming up, right? Everybody wants to see Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. I feel, or not everybody, but a lot of people. I'm in that vocal majority of people that do want to see it. I know there's still some people that are like, I don't think he's the guy. And he might not be the guy, especially with this poster kind of seemingly hinting at the fact that it's probably going to be Rock coming back at the Rumble. But at the Elimination Chamber, it'd be really cool if they went with the entire bloodline in the chamber versus Sami. And the story is, can Sami overcome the entire bloodline? And Sami pins Solo, he pins Jay, he pins Jimmy. You could put who else would you put in there? I guess you could put like Drew McIntyre or someone in there, or I guess you could put Kevin Owens in there also. And then ultimately it's just not enough to overcome Roman, because Roman will be the last guy who comes out and he just hits the big spear and, you know, moves on to Mania and then moves on to the Rock match. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. The story is just, there's so many ways that they could go about it, man. I'm just invested, bro. Can't wait to see.
Yeah. So what else we got here?
Shoot, man, that's about it. We also had a Money in the Bank got announced. It is officially going to be its own show at the O2 in London. They're going back overseas, man. So that'll be interesting. You know what that means, guys? Lunch Money in the Bank, the second ever Lunch Money in the Bank. Who will it be, man? We're gonna have to stay tuned to the channel to keep up with all those details, man.
You have shoes to fill. Whoever wins it, can you cash it in successfully like I did? I don't know, but you have shoes to fill. You have a big legacy to fill.
Yeah, no Cody Rhodes. Big legacy, no Rhodes.
No Rhodes, bro. I'll tell you this right now. You ain't gonna be cashing in on me. And if you cash in on me, it's gonna be unsuccessful.
Yeah, because it won't be you, man. It's gonna be me holding that title by that point. You can bank on it.
Sir.
You can bet on it, brother.
Braun versus Gunther.
Run
that. Keep that in the pitch board. Yeah, pitch deck. Keep that in the pitch deck.
Yeah, throw it on the opening segment of SmackDown and have Gunther berate him.
Yeah, I'm good.
When are we getting a Gunther versus Top Dollar?
Oh Lord!
I just want to see. Yeah,
dude.
Good, man. I don't.
Yeah, Top Dollar would be like. I don't think Top Dollar wants to do that match.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh man.
All right, but that's it, man. That's all we got today, folks.
Yes, sir. But of course, if you want to continue on with us and what we're doing here on the network, you always can check us out at patreon.com/thenerdcore. It's Rockamania, baby.
It's Rockamania, baby. It's Rockamania season, baby. Every single week until WrestleMania, we have new Rock-themed content coming out. For those of you guys who are at the $5 tier and above, everybody at the $1 tier, you guys will get it on a month delay. So don't worry, you're still going to get that content inevitably. So definitely be sure to go to patreon.com/the Nerd Corps. Go follow us on everything. Twitter.com at the Nerd Corps with the underscore. Everywhere else, just at the Nerd Corps. You already know.
Yes, sir. We got the Rampage movie commentary up right now.
Yep, that just dropped. We'll have the 2000 Royal Rumble will be dropping this week, so keep your eyes out for that, folks. Good shit.
But also, if you want to check out the past ones we've done, we have Starrcade, we have Survivor Series 92, we have WCW.
Halloween.
What was the first one?
We had a Halloween Havoc. We did the 2001 Royal Rumble. There's so much on there. Definitely go check that out, guys. There's so much. Just endless content, folks.
Endless content for the best fans in the world, y'all, because y'all are great. We love the Nerd Familia. So go and check us out on patreon.com/nerdcore for tiers as low as $1. But I think that's it, right, Ayden? We got it good. We did a good job today. We had a lot to talk about. And of course, we'll be back next week.
Yep.
Same time?
We'll be back.
Same day?
Back Back next Sunday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, talking all the news and major developments that'll be happening. Big AEW show next week, so I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But in the meantime, to all our new friends in the chat, Bell, thank you for being in here. Major Mayhem, I'm sure you've been here before, but it's the first time I've seen you here. So thank you for joining us. And of course, Kylie in the chat as well was here before. Thank you so much for chatting with us. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. As always, this is the best wrestling podcast in the world, in the solar system, in the galaxy. It's been High Fly Radio. Don't tap out.
Tune in.